Yes. So welcome back to the Football Terrace. European football is here. The elites of English football are ready to play. Of course, this is the dead rubber game tonight. We are already through. We are 5-0 up. Man United versus LASK. We're live now for a build-up show. We're going to be live after the game for a post-match reaction. Interesting team news that is out. Team news has been leaked this evening. I'm going to go through that just now. Not too many surprises. Romero in goal. Fosu Mensah, Bailly, Maguire and Williams at the back. The interesting one there is Maguire playing. A lot of people didn't expect that to be the team, but it is. Fred, McTominay, Lingard, James, Mata, Igalo. We'll get a look at the bench when that's released in a few moments' time. But I think a fairly more than a good enough team to win this match. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Actually, full team news is now out as well. The bench tonight, Wan-Bissaka, Grant. So no David De Gea at all, which is good. Bruno Fernandes, Andreas Pereira, Ghana, Matic, Pogba, Chong, Greenwood, Martial, Rashford. Mendy's on there as well. A few people a little disappointed not to see Laird on there, which I totally understand. But yeah, decent team. This team tonight will win 2 or 3-0. Absolutely no doubt about that whatsoever. None. But a good team. Good, strong team for Manchester United this evening. I'm really interested to see what the likes of, you look at the Igalos, the Jameses, the Matters, the Freds, Scotty Max. They haven't really started a lot of games in the sort of post-lockdown world. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they play tonight. They'll be fighting. That's why I think it will be a good performance and a good result, because they're going to be fighting to being that starting 11. You go through that team now, right? The Man United team is now legitimately difficult to break into. It really, really is. I think from my point of view, I don't want to see Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, Pogba, Matic, Bruno Fernandes, if that can be helped, unless there's a fitness reason they needed to get 20, 30 minutes. I'd love to see Chong, Mendy, Ghana come on and come on. United could get themselves 3-0 up at half time and then bring on a few kids to give them sort of 35, 45 minutes run out in the second half. I think that would be absolutely brilliant from my perspective, absolutely. But yeah, decent team from United tonight. No major problems there whatsoever. It will be a how do I say this? Routine victory tonight. Elite KJ here says Greenwood for the stat pad. By the way, if you want to call the show, Skype lines are open. Feel free to give us a call on Skype. We're only here for the preview. We'll be back live after the game as well to talk about what happens in this match. Elite KJ is actually calling in right about now. KJ, what's up, my bro? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for a nice 4-0. I said 6-0 because I thought, if Ethan Laird, Greenwood start, I could see a 6-0. Now that it's this team, we'll get a nice little 5 or 4. That's not 5. We get 4. We get 4-0 easy.
Yeah. It's without sounding disrespectful. Tonight is legitimate. We can legitimately say this is an easy game. This is an easy game, and we'll have no problem. I mean, it's at home as well. It's nice. We get it done. It's at home, and then I'm not too sure exactly when, but then we'll fly off to Germany and get ready for the remaining 3 games. Remember, Man United are 3 games away from being a champions of Europe.
A champion of Europe, yeah.
Yeah, a champion of Europe. We'll get a little thing in there. Winning the second biggest European competition, the second biggest continental competition in the world. We've got an opportunity to win that. Opportunity for Ollie to get that monkey off his back of, he's never won a major trophy. He can just get this one done. It's there. It's recognized. Lots of managers done it. Lots of big teams have won it. We'll celebrate it and then gear ourselves up ready for the start of next season. When you look at the other players starting tonight in that team, Are you looking? I know that we know we're going to win this game. I don't think it even sounds arrogant. I think it's we all know, right? Are there any surprises or any individuals where you think to yourself, I'm really looking for this person to step up?
I want to see Igalo like take first center stage and get some goals today. I think he'll be too good for his confidence and just for the fan base to see Igalo continue the form that he had before lockdown. So I would definitely want to see Igalo get some goals. Jesse Lingard, they need to be the ones to control the game, be the biggest threat because they're some of the most experienced out there. So if those two could have a good game, that'll be happy days. Dan James, as long as just enjoy the game, enjoy the moment, because I don't know if Dan James can do anything to get back into that starting 11 personally, because he doesn't bring as much as Greenwood or Rashford on the wings. So for him, I'm like, yo, go out, if I'm talking to you, go out, enjoy the game. Take off just don't think about all the pressure that you've had over the last season. Just literally just relax and play your game. And we know that he can do some things, you know what I mean? Like there is something in there. It's just, I think he plays within himself a lot because he can tell that the pressure is starting to get to him because the euphoria is gone, the adrenaline is gone from signing. And I was like, oh crap, I actually play for Man United, and you can sense that sometimes with him. So hopefully he just gets the game. I want to see a game where he just relaxed, does his thing, and just gets an assist or two maybe. But definitely Igalo, Mata, Lingard, like run the show for us.
Yeah. I mean, there's. I also want to see Lingard perform because I get a sense that he isn't going to be sold. I get a feeling that he is going to be part of this Man United squad next year, and something that I've long felt about Lingard is that if he was part of a very good Man United team, he'd be adored. He'd almost be adored in the same way that Anderson was. He's almost that, like, he's good to come in for the occasional game, lots of good cameo appearances, lots of good moments. But then when we're winning games and Man United are in a good position, there is this element of the feel-good factor would then be there with Lingard. If Man United over the last 7 years had won 3 Premier League titles, a Champions League, got to another Champions League final, won 2 FA Cups and a League Cup, everyone would love the antics. They would love the man that is Lingard. It's only because we're failing. It's like it's almost that element of like you don't want to see that messing around. You don't want to see that fun when your team's failing. But if he was behaving in that way when we were winning, nobody would have a care in the world about it. And I think like there's an element of I think Juan Mata's got to go. I think he's past it. Pereira never going to be good enough. But Lingard can come and look. When Man United had a decent team under Jose, Lingard was doing all right because he had better quality around him, and then the standards and the levels dropped again, and it's taken him a bit of time. But if you imagine a game, right? Imagine a game we start at Old Trafford next season. We're playing Southampton. I'm throwing that name out there. We're playing Villa. We're playing West Ham. We are going to win a game with, let's just say we start with Martial through the middle. We have Rashford on the left. We stick Sancho on the right, and then we have a double pivot of Matic and Pogba. If Matt, sorry mate, if you just turn down your device in the background, Matt King.
I want to see a game where he just...
I just muted you. You can unmute yourself once you've done that, mate. Thank you. If you then stuck Lingard into that 10 position, we'll do fine because there's enough creativity, enough quality around him to like mask over. Like no one hated Jasper Blomqvist at Man United in 99. Nobody hated John O'Shea or Darren Fletcher because they were surrounded by brilliance. I'm telling you now, if we didn't have Carrick, we didn't have Scholes, and Fletcher was asked to be the main guy week in, week out to create for us and make us Premier League champions, he'd have been despised. Like it's just how it is. So I would like to see Lingard have a good game today. I think he's going to stay next season. I'd like to see him build up a little bit of confidence. But other than Maguire and Williams, if Shaw's out injured still, none of these guys tonight are starting any of the remaining 3 games unless there's injuries.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm very surprised. Well, I'm not surprised because Ollie, but like I just thought you don't need to start Maguire or Williams this game at all. Even if you don't choose Mengi or Laird, you still have you still have Foster Mensah that could play left back or centre back if you really wanted to. You also had Delo who could play left back. So there were options there to be had, and I was just, for me, it's like, I'm not gonna say Ollie is like the worst manager in the world for doing so. It's just, for me, it's just a bit confusing. It's kind of like, yo, bruv, like just relax in it. We're 5-0 up. Like, they're not a great team. Let some people have some minutes, man, and rest the guys, because Maguire's played nearly every single game. Like,
yeah, I mean that's where it becomes a real sort of tough one. And, by the way, I know a few people said they've got some issues with the stream. It's not us, it's YouTube. Some people's YouTube apps have got issues today with watching streams. My advice to you is delete your app and re-upload it or refresh it or something, because mine, I watched my stream this morning back. I let it play when I was in the room the whole way back, and I had no issues. Like, quite literally, there were no issues at all when I was live streaming. So, like, when I watched my stream back on my app. So it's your device, or it's not your device, it's your app, or it's YouTube directly that's affecting some people. So try doing that, see if that works. But yeah, my end, the stream's working. You know, I'll show you. Look, I'm holding it up. It's there. It's not buffering. It's playing. Oh, so it keeps doing that. So it's doing it to mine there as well. You know, you can. So I can see that I'm live. Very weird that it's doing that. I don't know how you stop it. Yeah, that's obviously a YouTube issue. I'm not too sure why it's doing that, but there we go. I might have to delete and refresh mine, but mine didn't do it on the playback, but maybe it's doing it now. Maybe give it a bit of a delete. But the stream's actually working. It's out there live. There we go. Terry, shut up. United are in the Europa League. That's weird. We know. There we go.
We're also in the Champions League next season, baby.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like, I just look at it, and I love how people get like annoyed at these things. But there we go. There we go. Matt King, welcome to the show. What do you want to say, mate?
Mate, thanks for having us on, mate. It's much a privilege. I'm not too sure about Jesse Lingard, mate. I mean, I saw an interview, I think it might have been on Sky the other day, about him like really wanting to get back into the team. And I'm worried that if he puts on a good performance tonight against LASK, that everyone will forget the problems that we've got. What do you make of that? I mean, I feel that worry.
What do you mean by the problems?
Well, the fact that we might need reinforcements in that position, like Lingard, Fred, and McTominay are not going to do it. We do need somebody, I think, in that position. Like, we're looking at Grealish, aren't we, at the moment?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. I get what you're saying, but I think in terms of like being worried about Lingard, if Lingard performs well and we don't get anyone in, like, we also got to remember, like, I think out of the three of Pereira, Mata, and Lingard's the last one you sell. So if he's the last one you sell, we can still sell the other two and bring someone else in. That doesn't inflate the squad any more than it is already. So if Lingard does well today, I hope that gives him a confidence boost, and I hope it just doesn't mean like he's not going to be starting for us anymore. So if he gets the confidence boost and he understands his role in the squad, which is to come in when we need him to come in for big games or certain games, come off the bench and make an impact, I'm happy for him to stay. The problem was that we were starting him as our main creator and wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, agreed. I agree with that, but I just feel that, you know, after the last couple of years, apart from what he did in the Arsenal game at the Emirates and the little dance that he did, I haven't seen anything much from him, and I think he really needs to put in his work, and we need squad depth, and I don't think he's necessarily someone that we should even have on the bench. But like you say, if he can improve and he does want to stay and he does want to show his worth, seeing as he is a Manchester boy through and through, then it'd be nice to see. Yeah, I don't want to put the lad down, but I'm a little bit worried about that they'll be too comfortable with him after maybe the Europa League games that we play in the next few weeks.
Yeah, no, that's completely a really good point. Jesse Lingard is one of those players that you either like him or you don't, and if you don't like him, he's like the worst player in the world. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, you just can't.
It's like Marmite, isn't he?
Yeah, massive Marmite. But if you look past the off-field antics, if you look past the fact you could call him a man child, you can say whatever. You look past all of that and just look at his football ability. He's actually not bad. He's not actually bad. He's not terrible. Like, yeah. He's got a good engine. He's good at 1-2 touch football. he in the squad, he's well respected and well liked. So he's not as bad as people like to put on that he is. And that's why I would say if you're gonna sell anyone one of those three, you sell Lingard last, because he actually still got something to offer. Matter's legs are gone. As much as he was a great player, he was a very good player for Chelsea, and he's been good for us, and he's given us moments. But his legs are gone. He can't keep up with the game. He can't keep up with the way we want to play quick enough. And Andres Pereira is like, he's the biggest disappointment. Oh man, he's got all the technical ability to be good, but he's got the football IQ of a gnat.
What is it with Brazilians and Man United? It doesn't seem to fit, does it? We haven't had one really, have we, that's done well.
I think the issue that you can sometimes have, I wouldn't necessarily. I don't think it's ended in them being Brazilian. I think, to your point, I think KJ's already pulled on it. Like, for me, we are reinforcing in those areas, and because I'm not worried about, I'm really not that worried about the problems that may arise with Lingard playing well tonight, as an example, because Ollie isn't stupid. This isn't the same Man United that was operating 18 months ago, where we're going to keep trying to paper over cracks. You know, I've just actually read a report that Sancho to Man United is even further away, because Dortmund have denied that there's been any contact whatsoever between players, clubs. There's no negotiations going on. That's another reason why people I think are getting a bit worried, because the media are now playing a very interesting game with everybody. From my point of view, like I've said it before, and I've sort of said it again, like, people have just got to relax a little bit. Like, it's all gonna be okay.
The guy who said that, it was Michael. Is it Mikhail Zorg?
Yeah.
Basically, their president or sporting director. He came out and said that, but he said the same thing about when Ousmane Dembele left. Like, he was saying, no bids, no agreements, no nothing, and he's going to be here next season. And man left that window. So I can't. When people are like that, I don't believe a word they say. Man is just playing a game. He wants to show that they're in control. That Dortmunds are the ones who are actually getting the better side of the deal, and trying to make United look like the ones bound down to them, and then vice versa for United. So it's all pride, which is the annoying thing about football clubs, man. You know what I mean? There's too much pride, there's too much ego within the clubs, trying to look like they're the best one. Just get deals done, fam. Just chat. You get the money, we get the player. I wish it was like that, but obviously people, and especially men, just love being prideful and egotistical. So there it is, people.
Can I say about the Greenwood and Rashford and Martial situation? Imagine, like, in the next year or two, Greenwood goes 10 times the level that he is now, and we've got Sancho as well, possibly. I mean, how one of them's going to have to go on the bench, or maybe put Sancho in. I don't know. What would you do? Like, someone's going to get frustrated about that. Is that not the feeling?
Terry?
No, I don't think it's an issue. I don't think it is, because there are games where all four can play. There are games where you will need to rest players. We've seen in this running, we've had the exhaustion that comes in. We're going to play a high intensity brand of football at times. There are going to be injuries. You add all that in, it's absolutely fine. In a couple of years' time, there could be a slight problem. You know, if Greenwood hits his peak, if Greenwood hits his ceiling, then yes, absolutely, there could be a problem.
Yeah, that's what
there's no doubt about it. But then that's a couple of years away. This isn't the same as where Liverpool are right now, where they've got an established front three, adding someone like a Sancho to it. This isn't the same as Chelsea. It's like if this summer we signed Sancho, we signed Haaland, and we signed Kai Havertz with what we've already got, then I'd be like, oh, there's a problem there. There's too many players coming in. We're adding one star player to our attacking lineup of four. You've then got the one player who's going to get less game time next season than this year. The only one player that's going to get significantly less is going to be Dan James. But I don't think he was brought into the club to play on a regular basis anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, but listen, guys, I am going to have to stop the stream because it keeps cutting out, and I'm not too sure why. It's a problem that YouTube have had today. I've just looked, all my settings are as normal as you like. I know it's doing on the app, and it isn't doing it to people watching on the desktop, which is strange. Because I've got my desktop running, and there's no issues with that one. That hasn't chucked off once. So it's clearly an app issue. And I'm not too sure. Yeah, because my stream's absolutely fine. But this is just typical YouTube. It seems to be doing it to mine and not to bigger YouTubers, if that makes sense. So I'm not too sure why it's going on. I'm not too sure why it's doing it, but I'm going to try and get that resolved and chat to you guys a little bit later on. Take care, everybody. Look after yourselves. God bless. And we'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Cheers, gent. Thank you.